Just looking at the poster for this film, it seems like it would be obvious that that would be a good time. Guess that's just great marketing, but let's see. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another great episode of Just My Opinion Reviews for my The Fall Guy movie review. And if this is your first time finding me and you happen to like this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And I guess you guys did because I am now at 50,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. The Fall Guy is the latest film hitting theaters right now, starring Mr. Ryan Gosling. And I've been a fan of this man's work for quite some time. It is PG-13, coming in at 2 hours and 6 minutes. And I said to myself the first time I saw the trailer, I'm definitely going to check this out as soon as I get a chance. Now, this film is being directed by Mr. David Leitch. This is what the gentleman looks like right here. And if we just scroll down and look at his filmography, he was responsible for Bullet Train that came out 2 years ago. Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw, Once Upon a Time in Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and Atomic Blonde. I'm having a hard time right now trying to pick my favorite out of those films, but I will say that Atomic Blonde, while I was not a fan of that film as far as the story is concerned, the action choreography in that was top notch. It was some of the best I've seen in quite some time. I may have to go back and revisit it because it was mind-blowing. Now, if you didn't know, this film is also based off the Fall Guy television series that debuted during 1981 to 1986. I did not see that TV series. If you did, please let me know down in the comment section below. And I didn't know that it was based off of a TV series until midway in the middle of this movie. You'll have to see it yourself to know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, as far as my expectations are concerned, I do like David Leitch. Like I said, I think he's a pretty good, pretty decent director. I'm a fan of Ryan Gosling, and I'm also a fan of Emily Blunt. And when I saw the poster for this, like I said, and the trailers, it looked like this was just going to be a fun time. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted to have fun. I didn't care about anything else as far as it being in depth or going to move me or have me pondering for days and days and days after I see the film. I just wanted to see a good action comedy, and now we're going to talk about if that's what I got or not. So before I get into all the nitty gritty, before I talk about all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film, The Fall Guy, is all about. He's a stunt man, and like everyone in the stunt community, he gets blown up, shot, crashed, thrown through windows, and dropped from the highest of heights, all for our entertainment. And now, fresh off of an almost career-ending accident, this working-class hero has to track down a missing movie star, solve a conspiracy, and try to win back the love of his life while still doing his day job. What could possibly go right? Now, guys, going into this film, I had no idea that that was the plot. I had no idea that that was a synopsis. And it's just surprising reading that to you right now. And I'll touch on that a little bit later on in this review. And I can't wait to do it, to be honest with you, too. And guys, there's a lot to love in this film. Whether you're going in knowing everything about it, all the ins and outs, or you've never even seen a trailer, marketing material, or anything like that, not knowing much, you're going to have a great time. There is no convincing. As soon as the film starts off, you just know that you're in for a fun-filled ride. You're going to be saying to yourself, yes, I got my popcorn, I got my candy, I got my snacks, my drinks, all that good stuff. Let me just kick back, relax, and enjoy all of this fun goodness. And that starts out with the main character, Colt, played by Ryan Gosling. As soon as you see him, you love and trust him immediately. Again, there is no convincing when it comes to this character. And at the beginning of the film, when you're getting to know Colt, Ryan Gosling, you love and trust this guy instantly. You're rooting for him. You want him to win. He may not be the richest or smartest person in the world, and that really doesn't matter, but you like him. You love him because he respects his job and he is thankful and appreciative for everything that he has going on in this world. I don't know why, but somebody that just really loves their job and has so much passion and gives 100% all the time, that really does raise my mood and gets me smiling on the inside. So many times I see people that are working jobs, that are working careers that they don't love, that they're not passionate about, that they just don't care if they got fired tomorrow, or always complaining, oh, I hate my job, I don't like this, I don't like that, especially when they're not doing anything to improve their situation. That is not the case with Colt right here. He is happy to wake up every day and put on his shoes and hit the ground running. And I love that about his character. And it's the way that we're getting to know him as well. It's not fourth wall breaking, but he is narrating a lot in this film. And it's not just narrating, because we've seen narrating in film since the beginning of time, since the beginning of cinema, since the beginning of Hollywood. But it's just the way that he communicates with himself and or the audience that really just pulls you in, and you want to know everything about this guy and see what he has going on in life on a day-to-day basis on set for movies. He's funny, he has a ton of charisma and a wonderful personality. And even when things are not on the up and up in his life, you do feel sorry for him. Can't wait for him to turn things around, but you also understand his position. And for the ladies out there, I can understand if he's easy on the eyes. The way that he commands the room, as soon as he walks in, he has a bit of confidence that I wouldn't mind borrowing myself. I mean, I am confident in myself too, but at the same time, I do recognize it. And that's just something else that I do appreciate about his character. He's also relatable because he is in love, and we've all been in love with somebody before, or a deep liking. And that's another great aspect that adds to his character. And who he's connected with is Jody, played by Emily Blunt. She was such a sweetheart in this film. She's just one of those women to where if you do find out if she's in a relationship, of course, you're going to fall back out of respect and not try to mess up a happy home. But you're going to be saying to yourself, I can understand why somebody took her off the market. She's pretty, she's sexy, she's classy. She's all of those good things represented in this film that you would want out of a relationship, as you would want out of a partner or spouse. Somebody to love on and for them to love on you. She's great in this film. As I said, it's obvious why Colt is in love with Jody. I mean, there is no explanation or convincing that's needed there either. And she's not a trophy wife at all, but she is the type of woman to where you will be proud to announce to the world that this is your girlfriend. Like, oh yes, this is my girlfriend Jody. We've been dating around this amount of time. We met here and we love doing these number of things. She's just that type of woman that you'll be proud of. I mean, these two have great chemistry together and they attract like magnets, and you want to see this relationship blossom and see them be fruitful and multiply. It's just wonderful seeing them on screen together, with them hugging and kissing and all of that stuff without sounding creepy at the same time too. I wanted to see them live happily ever after, if you ask me. And I guess you are asking me is why you clicked on this video. And even when their relationship is on the rocks, the film doesn't get you in a sour mood. The way that they get through all of their problems is quite funny, and you're laughing. You are having a good time seeing these two characters trying to work out their problems. And relationships can be difficult. They can be complicated. And I definitely did understand both sides when they was going through their dilemma. And guys, this is a true rom-com. This is a true romantic comedy. And while there is love and passion, you're going to laugh your butt off, not just at their relationship, but the whole movie itself. It is a comedy. Even if you take the romance out, there are just still so many things, so many aspects about this film that you're going to laugh at. And a lot of that has to do with Colt, the main character, of course, played by Ryan Gosling. He's just a funny guy with all of his dry humor, the way he exaggerates sometimes and expresses himself when he's scared or trapped in a corner and does not know what to do. Seeing him gasping for air, running for his life, or trying to escape some tragedy. It's funny, and I was laughing my butt off throughout this whole entire film from beginning to end. But like I said, not only is it romance, not only is it a comedy, making it a rom-com, there's a ton of action in this too. And there's levels to it as well. I mean, this film is a love letter to stunt performers, men and women, that are in Hollywood, that makes films, that makes movies. And I loved every aspect of it. Now, I do know a little bit about films. I think I do know more than the average person, but I don't know everything. And one of the reasons why I did get into this business is when I was younger, I would always watch the special features on DVDs. And that is a way that I learned a bit of the knowledge that I have right now. But after seeing this film, there's still so much that I learned about what goes into making a film and the whole process, especially when it comes to the action, especially when it comes to the stunts. And I walked away from this film even more passionate than I was before now and as a child, and just learned so much and how difficult it is for a stunt man or woman to get through a day-to-day job unscathed and sometimes scathed. I mean, it is a very difficult process to make a movie, to make a film. And this film, while being entertaining, was also very educational as far as all of the ins and outs, the details, and all the intricacies. And all of that is infused with great action, whether that's a car chase, characters fighting with weapons, fire, swords, bullets, hand to hand, you name it. All of that is in this movie and is executed great with a nice little cherry on top. Some of it is a bit over the top, but I think that's the point. And when it comes to some of the action in this film, there was a car roll that went about 8.5 times. They said that in the film, and that's also a world record. So kudos to David Leitch and his entire team that went through their process of breaking records. That's a great achievement to have on your belt, and it also looked beautiful in this film too. And it's obvious when you see the film, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Call me surprised, guys, but after all of that, what I just mentioned that I love, there's still an actual story in this film too that I read the synopsis earlier. And that does reveal itself at about the midpoint in this movie. And that worked too. And the only reason I'm highlighting that is even if there wasn't a story, I really didn't care. I think I would still be satisfied with the characters, the way they interact, the action, and the details they gave you as far as how films are made. But when you throw an adventure in there, when you actually have a story and plot, of course, that just makes it better. And that's just funny that I still would have been satisfied even if that wasn't included in the film, but it was, and that's just a bonus to me. I mean, I had a lot of fun with this film, and it's not perfect, and I will now get to some things that I really didn't care for. And to be honest with you guys, the only thing that I really didn't like in this movie is the runtime. It comes in at around 2 hours and 6 minutes. And I think that the film lasted a bit too long. But at the same time, with this ending in this film, the third act, it is super duper over the top and lengthy. The film acknowledges that. The film is self-aware and it made it more palatable. I think that that was the point because they actually addressed it in the film, just saying, okay, we're monologuing too long right now. We're going to lose the audience. Why don't we get things going? And again, the ending of this film is ridiculous, but also in a good way with all of its flair. So I'm having a hard time critiquing it or not. Some people may not have that issue, but I still think maybe 5 or 10 minutes could have been shaved off of this, but I still had a great time. And even if you're not like an action adventure guru and those are just not your type of films, if you see this, I think you'll still have a good time and appreciate it because of the characters, the way that they react, and the romance that's plastered all over this. And again, it is funny too. And just one more thing, this film does have great repeat viewing energy to it as well, so you can watch it over and over and over again a number of times and not get bored. And guys, I will go ahead and give my rating for this film at the very end, but for now, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you did like the video, if you did like my commentary, please give me the thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe, and share the video. And thank you so much for helping me reach my next milestone of 50,000 subscribers. Now I am on my way to 75K, to 75,000, and I can't wait to reach that milestone, and I cannot do it without your help. Now, if I were to rate The Fall Guy out of a 1 out of 10, I will give this film an 8.5 out of 10. Yes, an 8.5 out of 10. It wasn't perfect, but I really did enjoy it, and I think you will too. And also, guys, make sure you stay tuned in or subscribe to the channel because now that I've reached 50,000 subscribers, I am going to make a video displaying my entire DVD, Blu-ray, 4K movie television set. So you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.